I just checked into the Ode Hotel. Nice little fireplace, music on. It's so cozy. I love the crackling fire. This is amazing. And they gave me a free upgrade. I booked the cheapest room, but they gave me, I think this is one of the nicest ones. This is the cutest little kitchen. I'm so excited. I brought some snacks. I can put it in here. Let's see. Yeah, fully empty. She said everything here is complimentary, so some sparkling wine, nice glassware, mugs, everything. Got a little Nespresso machine, some complimentary popcorn, yum. And then she showed me how this worked. She said, okay, this is the microwave. Open. Look at that. I've never seen a drawer microwave. Awesome. And then cutlery, wine opener. Oh, I like that. Earplugs. Oh, that's clever. An extra USB cord. I'm right on Dundas, but it's really quiet. Everything is soundproof. Like, there's been streetcars that's gone by and I haven't heard really anything at all. Over here we got a little welcome card. I love that they have a great city guide and it tells you where you should go, where you should eat, shops that they love in the neighborhood. Love that. Ode to Clean. Little deck of cards, Convo and Chill. And we've got a little Bluetooth speaker, very clever. My keys. Let's see, and then we've got the bathroom here. Ooh, really nice, modern. What do we got over here? Little couch. Oh, I will be putting those on immediately. I love Robe Life and they look really soft and cozy. We've got some slippers. This will be great. Have my little coffee here in the morning. There you can see the streetcars going by outside. What an awesome spot. I wanted to show you the cool little Smeg fridge, what I brought. So I packed my own little lunch bag. This is my Harvard lunch bag. But I have for the morning Greek yogurt, blueberries, and some granola, little chia seeds, and yeah, just something healthy. I wanted to make sure I had that. Put it in the fridge. And then my kryptonite lately is Honeycrisp apples. I already had one, so I have 2 left. That away. And because I'm not drinking, I wanted a little treat though. This is a non-alcoholic margarita. Found them at Costco. We'll see how it tastes. This is my favorite non-alcoholic cocktail that I've found. I found it at the LCBO in Toronto. It's a non-alcoholic gin and tonic, 0 grams of sugar. It's not sweet, and it has a little bit of a hibiscus flavor. It's really good over ice, so this is my favorite. And then I walked by the Bellwoods Brewing bottle shop, and they have non-alcoholic Jelly King, which is my favorite beer of all time. So I got the original. I actually have this as a poster. They have a tropical fruit flavor, and then this one at the back is a raspberry and blackberry. I'm not going to be drinking all of this, but I'm here for a few nights, so the rest I will just bring home because I'm rarely walking by that bottle shop. This is my leftover sub from Lambo's Deli, so I'm gonna have that I think for dinner tonight. I got a little bubbly water, and I think I'm gonna pour everything into these nice glasses. I love good glassware. Okay, so I'm heading out to Type Books on Queen Street. There are a couple locations, so I'm going to the Queen Street one right now. I've just been writing away in the room. I've been so productive. Ugh, nothing like a writing retreat, hotel staycation. There's no other distractions. I can't do laundry. I can't empty the dishwasher. It's just amazing, and this room has very good cozy vibes. So yeah, I'm very happy. It's been a very productive little writing session. I'm gonna go check out this bookstore and then maybe pick up a little snack or something on my way home. I've decided tonight I'm gonna have dinner in the hotel room. I'm just gonna have my leftovers, put on my robe, put on my pajamas, do some reading, and then also do a little bit more work. Just fully take advantage of the hotel room. Because normally when you're in a hotel, you're kind of exploring the city and you don't really get to maximize the cool room. But that's why I love doing these writing retreat staycations, because I really do get to maximize the beauty of the room. Like, I feel like I'm getting my money's worth fully. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do for a little cozy evening. Let's hit the road. Hello, I'm back in the hotel room. Got a bit of hat hair going on here, and I'm just warming up. The temperature dropped drastically, but it got very cold. Feels like -12, so I was happy I was all bundled. So I wanted to show you my book haul that I got at Type Books. The owner was working there and he said, these are new, they're only 50 cents. And I did have my own book bag, but I don't have a Type Books one. And this one's pretty good, so for 50 cents, I decided to add it on to my book haul. I did take some footage on this camera, but mostly why I was there was to do bookshop bucket list, to check that off of my list. I mean, I've been there before, but I wanted to officially take my little video clips that I put into a reel, and then also some photos. So that'll be coming out soon on bookshopbucketlist.com, on the Instagram, on the TikTok. The TikTok account's actually doing a lot better even than the Instagram, so that's fun. It's even just fun for me to document. I've been stamping my bookshop bucket list passport, which has been so much fun. You can get your own. I only have a couple left, but you can go to bookshopbucketlist.com/shop and it'll be there. It's 18 Canadian dollars, really cheap shipping, kind of as like my gift back to you. So yeah, not very expensive, especially if you're from the States. It's very cheap. But I'm having a lot of fun with that. I'm trying to figure out how to create a custom stamp in bulk that is not super expensive. So I have a bookshop bucket list stamp that I stamp my passport, I write the name of the bookstore, the date that I visited it, and then I put my little stickers and decorate it how I want. That's why I left the pages blank, because I wanted to make sure that if there's a bookstore where I have like a bookmark or a business card that I wanted to tape in there with washi tape and stickers, I could do a double page spread. And yeah, I wanted the flexibility, but I love the fact that I can stamp it. So I'm looking into options. If you are interested in Bookshop Bucket List, I will keep you posted and see if I can get a cheaper option of the stamp, we'll see, but it's really fun stamping it. Either way, you can use fun colored markers and keep track of all of the bookshops that you visit. Long ramble short, that was one of the bookshops that I wanted to check off, and I can't help but buy books when I'm in there. It really is a problem. I'm trying to limit myself to at least one book from all of the bookshops that I visit. For me, it's like a keepsake. It's nostalgic. Every time I look at my bookshop bucket list passport, I will remember which books that I got there, and I try to make them a little bit special and unique to that bookstore or that city. That being said, I ended up buying 4 books. I did not mean to do that, but they just were calling out to me. I haven't seen these anywhere else, and I just knew if I don't get them here, if I don't get them right now, I will never probably see them again. And yeah, they just called out to me for different reasons, so I'll show you those. And I did get there with enough time, but kind of right around before they were gonna close. So it was relatively empty. Usually Type Books is jam-packed. The one on Queen Street, it's very popular. I love the layout. I really like the titles that they curate, how they set it all up. They have a lot of unique titles too. They celebrate Toronto-based authors. Anyway, so the fact that it was pretty empty was great for getting footage, photos, videos for Bookshop Bucket List because you could see more of the beautiful store. The only thing is that it's a little less inconspicuous with the staff and the owners because I always try to be very respectful. I never want to disrupt the service or anyone's browsing experience with this big honking camera. I like to be very discreet when I'm visiting and taking footage and checking it off these places on my bucket list. I just think it's kind of like a library. There's a sacredness to going into bookstores. And then I also do take time to peruse. So I'm not just there with a camera in my hand. I'm really immersing myself, I call it book bathing, in that experience. So that was great, but I was trying to hide also from the owner, like I'm doing this, but I told him what I was doing and he didn't care. He was very nice. So yeah, if you want to go to get really good photos of bookstores, go kind of right when they open or right when they're closing because it seems that not a lot of people go. And yeah, without further ado, sorry that was a long ramble, I will show you what I got. The first book that I got was Susan Sontag on Women. I love Susan Sontag. I hadn't seen this book before. I love the cover. I love the premise. This book is 7 essays about women as they age, feminism, fascism, film, the challenges and humiliations women face as they age, the relationship between women's liberation and class struggle, beauty, which Sontag calls that over-rich brew of so many familiar opposites. The next book that I picked up was by Anne Serre, or Anne Cyr. She's a French author, so I'm assuming it's Serre, and it's A Leopard Skinned Hat. This immediately jumped out at me. My nan passed away at the beginning of this year. We were very, very close, and she had a penchant for wearing leopard. That was her entire wardrobe. She loved leopard clothing, hats, accessories, purses, everything. So whenever I see it, I feel like it's a sign from her. And this was the first thing that I saw when I walked into the store. I also love this French writer, kind of similar to Annie Ernaux, who won the Nobel Prize in Fiction, another French writer. I hadn't seen A Leopard Skin Hat before, so I had to pick it up. It's also just a tiny little pocket book, so it didn't feel that bad purchasing it. It says, A Leopard Skin Hat may be the French writer Anne Serre's most moving novel yet. Hailed as a masterpiece of simplicity, emotion, and elegance, it is the story of an intense friendship between the narrator and his close childhood friend Fanny, who suffers from profound psychological disorders. A series of scenes paint the portrait of a strong-willed and tormented young woman battling many demons, and of the narrator's loving and anguished attachment to her. The two characters are locked together like wrestlers, at once friend and foe. Serre poignantly depicts the bewildering back and forth between hope and despair involved in such a relationship, while playfully calling into question the very form of the novel. Written in the aftermath of the death of the author's younger sister, A Leopard Skin Hat is at once the celebration of a tragically foreshortened life and a valedictory farewell, written in Serre's signature style. I'm very happy to be the owner of this one. Next up, we have Motherhood by Sheila Heti. This book was actually published in 2018. It was a Globe and Mail Best Book. It was also a finalist for the Scotiabank Giller Prize. And this is kind of, for me, how Sheila Heti came onto my radar. But I've actually never read this book. I don't know why. I thought I'd read it, but I definitely have not. I've read Pure Color. I'm in the midst of reading Alphabetical Diaries. That's her newest book. I actually brought it with me, and I don't own this book. I also haven't seen this cover before. I really like it, but since announcing a couple videos back that I'm currently expecting my first child, and also being very transparent and honest about how that wasn't an easy decision for me to come to grips with, I think this is the book that I'm ready to read now at this stage in my life. It's Sheila Heti. She's a Toronto-based writer, and it's her grappling with the question of, do I want kids, and kind of the biological clock is ticking, and how will that affect her creative life? So some really big themes and topics that I have thought about many times, and I know the ending of this book. It says even on the back that she chooses a childless path forward, which I am all for. I think that's amazing. I know we've kind of made different choices, but I think the thought process we still have is the same. So very curious to read this one, especially given this stage of life that I'm in. Okay, the last one I am so excited about. I spotted this in their art book collection on my way out. I almost missed this book, and normally I wouldn't. It was the last copy that they had. It is this beautiful coffee table book called 150 Bookstores You Need to Visit Before You Die. Is there anything more perfect for someone who is on a mission to visit as many bookstores as she can before her next birthday, but also just in life? I love bookstores. I love libraries. I'm on a mission to visit as many as I can before my next birthday, which is September 12th. So I started flipping through, and it's just a beautiful book with so many that are on my bucket list. It's a great coffee table book. To add, I have this beautiful, beautiful Taschen. It's this huge, thick volume that Jeff got me for Christmas of the world's most beautiful libraries. It's honestly stunning. I will show you that, but that book is extremely, extremely expensive, and it's quite large compared to this, but I want to add to my collection. So yeah, I just had to get this so that I make sure when I'm cross-referencing with my own checklist, and there's just information about it. It's an easy guide. I'm, yeah, very excited. I just had to get it. I've never seen this one before. Okay, so now I decided I'm staying in 100% for dinner. I'm gonna have my leftover Lambo's sub. It's a very large sub, and then they had the free ode popcorn that they left in the room, so I'll have that as a snack, maybe one of my apples. I will probably crack open one of the non-alcoholic Bellwoods beers as a little treat. And yeah, I was gonna stop and buy like chips or a little snack or something to go with my sub, but then I remembered they have the popcorn, so then I can just put my pajamas on, get in my robe, put on my slippers, and do some work. My plan is to do a little reading, a little writing on my third novel right now. Desperately trying to make sure that I finish the final draft as much as I can and get it off to a copy editor before this baby gets here. And I'm such a perfectionist. I like to go back and forth. I've had my editor look at it, so I'm going through those edits, and there are many, many rounds, so it's hard for me to even say how many drafts it will take because it all depends. There's big developmental edits where you're adding chapters, deleting chapters, writing new scenes, moving around all of the puzzle pieces, and then more of the copy line editing, grammar stuff, which for me is a little less tedious. It's not as much brain power. You kind of dwindle down to that. So that's the plan for tonight. I'm starving, so let's eat.
anyone quite like him.
Good morning, another day, another adventure. We're ready to hit some bookstores. My first stop though is Larry's Back Pocket for a little morning coffee, but decaf. I've been drinking only decaf, so if you see me with a coffee, it's decaf, but sometimes I'll have like a chai tea latte, half of it, or a matcha latte. Trying to keep my caffeine below the required minimum. I'm just thankful that there is decaf as an option because I love the whole ritual of a morning coffee. I don't necessarily need the caffeine, it's just more of the ritual.
It's like the initial purchase is just some heat and it's massive. Well, it's not extra staff, but it's like, okay, what do you do with that?
I know, exactly. But
It's not until like with the grid system, you can do like a different route every single
yeah,
time. Yeah,
exactly. I do go a little stir crazy sometimes with it. Like
Yeah,
sometimes I'll just
All right, coffee secured. I'm on my way to hit up a bunch of different bookstores today, check off my bookshop bucket list, and then back to the hotel. More writing, more editing, more reading. And then I think tonight I'm going to shower, kind of put myself a little bit together, and take myself out for a nice romantic Italian dinner. There's a restaurant called Enoteca Sociale that's very close to the hotel, so it's not too far of a walk, and they have a little bar. I love sitting solo at a bar, ordering a nice pasta dish. If you're in the States, pasta, and usually a nice glass of red wine, but can't be doing that now, so maybe a mocktail, and treat myself to a productive work day. So I'm excited to get after it. I was up pretty early, even did some reading with my breakfast this morning. Got my decaf Americano. Let's hit up some bookstores. Hello, I've been having a very productive day, but I haven't really whipped out the camera. I've been exploring so many bookshops. Again, all that footage will be for bookshop bucket list, but I'm starving now, so I think I'm gonna go to Daily Dumpling Wonton Co. It's my favorite place to get dumplings, wontons, a little bao bun. It's in my old neighborhood in the annex, so I usually find my way there no matter where I am in the city. I've been doing so much walking, but it's a gorgeous blue sky day. It's definitely a little chilly on the hands, but yeah, having a good little adventure. So I'm gonna go get some food and I'll check back in soon. So I just left Daily Dumpling Wonton Co. Had a delicious little lunch. It was so good. I needed that energy, had some water, and now I have about 6 more bookstores to check off my list. Luckily they're all pretty close together, mostly on College Street, so I'm heading there. I also on the way want to stop at this cafe. It's a Japanese cafe called Tsuchi Cafe, Tsuchi. I think that's how you say it. So yeah, hopefully that's how you say it, Tsuchi Cafe. I've heard they have an incredible hojicha latte, and I really want to try a hojicha latte. I love matcha lattes, so hojicha is another form of Japanese green tea. I forget exactly the difference. I know it's a little bit more brown in color versus the green of matcha because of the way it's brewed at a higher temperature, and because it's brewed at a higher temperature it kind of burns off some of the bitterness, so it's a bit sweeter than a matcha latte, which can be kind of like earthy. Anyway, very excited. Heard they make a really good one, and I've been wanting to try this cafe, so 2 birds, 1 stone. New cafe, a hojicha latte, and a couple bookstores, and then we're gonna go back to the hotel, freshen up, do some reading, do some writing. Hello, we are back at the hotel. I have not showered, but I freshened up quickly because I decided that I'm gonna shower when I get back from dinner, do a full face mask, skincare routine, because after that I don't wanna put on makeup and stuff again to go out for dinner, so I'm gonna do that after, shower, unwind, skincare, put on my pajamas, put on my robe, and get cozy and do some work, probably from bed. We'll see, maybe the couch area, I like sitting there too, or this is my other little area that I've been doing work. I tried to kind of clean up a little bit. So yeah, I'm heading to Enoteca Sociale. I booked a reservation for 1 at their bar seating. I'm excited to get some cacio pepe. I'm really addicted to olives right now, and they have some really good focaccia bread, I think. So I hear, so we'll see. I should probably also have some lettuce or a salad of some sort. I don't know. We shall see, but I'm excited. have a nice dinner, come back, unwind, and then keep grinding, keep doing work, making the most of my hotel room. So my camera and my phone actually died earlier while I was out walking, checking out a bunch of bookstores. I think I have to check my list. I hit 12 different bookstores today, which is amazing. A lot of them, again, were very close to each other on the same street, so that's how I'm able to go to so many in one day. Normally I can't. That's just crazy. I like to usually just do one, really immerse myself. But this was really fun. I was moseying. I've walked over 20,000 steps. Whew, my body is sore, my feet are sore. I am feeling it, but it was a beautiful day. It was crisp, but I was dressed warmly enough with my hat, scarf, mitts, and the sun on my face was so nice. I tried to always stay on the sunny side of the sidewalk, but I actually kind of liked once my camera and my phone both died. While I was walking around, I was listening to an audiobook, and then at certain points I was listening to the Mel Robbins podcast. But once it died, I think it was like a 45-minute walk home back to the hotel that I couldn't listen to anything. And I really enjoyed it. Like, I just fully took in my surroundings, had nothing plugging my ears, no other thoughts. I always tell myself this, but I need to do that more often. Even walking around a city, but especially in nature, if you live near a park or something, just not listening to any audiobook, podcast, talking on the phone, just really being fully present. It's so healthy. And yeah, I needed that a lot. So yeah, just freshened up. Definitely I'm craving that pasta. Yeah, so I have another full day tomorrow. I tried to cram in as much as I could today because it was so beautiful, and I have so many different projects that I'm working on. I wanted to kind of get this off of the list, but I'm gonna do a few more tomorrow, and then I will be done for most of the Toronto bookshop bucket list places. There's a couple in the beaches that I'm gonna have to drive to, and then there's one in my phone. It's probably telling me I closed an Apple ring or something, my stand goal for the day. But yeah, and there's another one in Etobicoke. Anyway, I'm excited to eventually get to do and show you all the New York City ones, maybe London, England, Paris, heading to Europe before I can't travel anymore. But yeah, but I'm really loving having this little sanctuary right in the heart of the city, right on Dundas Street. It's so nice to have a home base to come back to. But yeah, still lots more that I want to do. But for now, I am going to treat myself to a nice bowl of pasta.
Doesn't mean it's going to be easy as you walk toward those dreams, but there is nothing more fulfilling than waking up every day and knowing that you are the loudest cheerleader that you got.
So good morning. I'm a little sleepy this morning. I worked pretty late into the night and then I got up early just to keep going. I've been so productive on this writing retreat, staycation. It's so good for my soul, and I wrote in my journal, remind myself to do these things more often where I can find pockets of time. Affordability wise, it is investing back into my writing career and into my mental health and myself, and I'm so happy I did this because I already feel like a new person. I feel like I've accomplished so much. This is my own personal bias, but I just really think spending time alone with yourself is invaluable. It's how you... That's my alarm. One second. I'm personally biased when it comes to this because I'm a very big introvert, but I can't stress enough how important solitude and taking time to be alone really is. It's invaluable for connecting with your creativity, recalibrating your mental health, refocusing on your dreams. What do you really want from life? The big picture of your life, because it's so easy to get caught up in the monotony of our day-to-day routines, and there's so many different things pulling at our attention every single day. So if you don't take the time to pull yourself away from that and refocus and regroup, it's easy to just let those dreams and goals kind of fall to the wayside because they seem so insurmountable. Anyway, I just feel really refreshed and really happy that I did this, so I wanted to share that. So I'm currently staying at the Ode Hotel in Toronto on Dundas Street West. This area is also known as Little Portugal in the heart of Toronto. So the Ode is a Black-owned hotel. I think there's only 6 rooms, I will have to verify, in the heart of the city, and the family who owns it actually lives in the building. It has been the most perfect, lovely stay here. When I first arrived, they had jazz music playing and the crackling fireplace on. They also gave me a free upgrade, which was so kind. So I'm currently staying in the Global Room, which is this beautiful suite that overlooks Dundas Street West. So you can probably hear in the background the streetcars going by. You feel like you're in the hustle and bustle of the city. If you want a room that's quieter, that's not right on the street, you definitely can get that. I love it. I used to live in New York for almost 7 years. So for me, I feel like I'm back in the city. That being said, it was also extremely quiet here. Like, I didn't have any issues sleeping. I would hear maybe the rumbling of a car once and then it was fine. They have a white noise machine in the room if that is something that is of issue, but honestly, this is, I think, the only room that faces onto the street, and I love it. Love people watching. I feel like I'm kind of out and about in the city while I've been doing my work, so it's amazing. There's also a rooftop that I want to go check out. It's winter, so there's not much you can do, but you could do yoga up there. They have events. They also have the best recommendation guide of where to eat, the best restaurants, coffee shops, bars in the area. A couple I'd heard of, a couple I hadn't been to before. My favorite for coffee is directly next door. It's called Larry's Back Pocket. It's just a little hole in the wall. There's one stool overlooking the window if you wanted to sit and have coffee, but it's the best coffee maybe in the city I've had. I've had a latte and a decaf Americano. Ooh, so good. And their croissant, they also make their butter tarts in-house. So I'm gonna do a little more work here and then head out into the big bustling city. Probably stop at Larry's Back Pocket for a little to-go cup. Oh, you can hear some sirens. See, there we get some city ambiance for you. Meep. I'll let it pass. Hopefully everyone is okay. It's another beautiful blue sky day out there. Oh, I'm tired. Whew. Excuse me for the yawns. Oh, streetcars going by. Just quickly show you, I think I already showed some of the books that I picked up at Type Books on Queen Street. I did a pretty good haul there. I got 4 different books. And then these are a few things that I picked up yesterday. I won't show you everything just because there's a bunch of stuff and I feel like I've already been rambling for a really long time and I want to get started with my day. So I think I went to 10 or 12 bookstores yesterday, but it's called Little Ghosts. They only sell horror, Halloween inspired books, and they have pumpkin spice lattes all year round. They really lean into this. It's actually a really cool shop. I love, they had this black bookshelf with a black sliding ladder. They had hooks that were hands coming out of the wall, and even painting above one of the bookshelves that said Dearly Beloved. And in the back they had a bunch of different used books, classics, all the Goosebumps series, and they had this vintage TV playing like old-fashioned horror movies. Very cool vibes. There's a little coffee shop too, again, so you can get the pumpkin spice latte all year round. You don't have to wait for October. I wasn't sure I was gonna find something in that store just because I'm not a big horror fan, and I have read Stephen King. They had a bunch of Stephen King books there. The Shining, I almost got The Shining. I've seen the movie. I don't know, I didn't really feel like I wanted that book, so I didn't get it. I don't know if I would reread it, but this book, I'm so excited that I saw it. I had to get it right away. It's a Penguin classic, and it's The Penguin Book of Witches, edited by Catherine Howe. So I don't know if I've even mentioned it on this channel, but Catherine Howe is the co-author, basically ghostwriter for Anderson Cooper's books, Vanderbilt and recently Astor. So she's always on the cover. She's an amazing author, and I keep seeing her everywhere. So I thought that was cool that she was the one that edited this. But it's a beautiful Penguin classic volume, and it's about all of the witches in history from the Salem witch trials. I used to live in Cambridge, Massachusetts when I went to Harvard, so I've been to Salem before. So it's kind of a cool history of all of the witches and witchcraft. I'm really excited, and I just thought this was such a beautiful cover as well. Very excited. This will be a great one to display around Halloween. But yeah, there was only one copy of this kind of hidden in the back, and again, the book finds the reader. I really believe that. Don't mind my little chipped nails, but they also had a whole bunch of stickers at the counter. These are the two that I got. This one says, when in doubt, go to the bookstore. And then this one is, here for the books, how to be cute and spooky. So because the bookshop is called Little Ghosts, I thought this was perfect. And they're the perfect size to put in my little passport. So I was pretty pumped that they had a bunch of stickers. I got another book called How to Be a Renaissance Woman. I was really just drawn to that title. What a dream to be a Renaissance woman in this day and age. So I've had a really, really nice week so far, and it's just continuing. I'm gonna get going, but shout out to the Ode Hotel. They're not sponsoring this at all. I just really have fell in love with it, and I will 100% be coming back. All right, work time, and we'll see where the day takes us. I got my coffee secured from Larry's Back Pocket. I've gone there 3 times now. The staff is so friendly. The vibes are immaculate. Kind of 1950s meets Western inspired. I don't even know how to describe it. The best decaf latte I've ever had. And so I bet like the real coffee is even better. But yeah, I'm saying it. I know it's a very bold claim, but Larry's Back Pocket I think is the best coffee in Toronto. We'll see. I don't know, maybe I'm missing something, but yeah, definitely worth it if you're on Dundas West to get a coffee to go. We've got another gorgeous day. I know the weather is the most boring thing to talk about, but it's the warmest day so far. I don't need my mitts today. I have Raynaud's, so the circulation of a 100-year-old woman, so I always have to have mitts, but today I don't really need them. It's so nice, especially in the sun. So I'm heading to the Monkey's Paw bookstore first. It's arguably one of my favorite bookstores in the city. I've been there before, but I just want to kind of properly document it, get my video footage for the reel, for Bookshop Bucket List. Monkey's Paw is a used and rare bookstore, and it's home to the world's only Bibliomat, which is this vintage book vending machine. Super cool. Very, very neat, and I always find some good hidden gems there, so excited to start my day off there. On a bench. I have done a lot of damage book-wise. The used secondhand bookstores today have been phenomenal. I found some really, really great hidden gems. All right, I'm gonna continue on my little journey. I'm getting a little sneak peek into one of their other rooms. This is so cute, the little jungle themed room. I'm obsessed with that color couch. So this is definitely one of the quieter rooms. It's not right on Dundas, very cozy. All right, I'm all packed up and I'm heading home. I'm actually gonna do a little more exploring in the city before I take the GO train back home. It's been such a nice stay here. Ugh, I can't say enough good things. I'm really excited for my next writing retreat staycation, whenever that might be, but I'm also excited to get back to my home office and get grinding on some work there. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little peek into my writing retreat, Toronto staycation life. And if you're able to do something similar, you're looking for a little boost of creativity or just need to change up your environment, your scenery, 1 or 2 nights really does wonders. Just getting out of your regular routine, shake things up a little bit and take some time for yourself, a little solitude. I'm a huge introvert, so I really enjoy my alone time, but I do think it's extremely valuable and beneficial, especially if you're trying to tackle a big life goal or a big life project, to take that time for yourself and refocus. Everything will still be waiting for you when you get back home. Okay, bye, see you in my next video.